As the court pleases, my lord, the appearances are still the same for the state.
As the court pleases, my lord, the appearance is still the same for accused 1 to 4 defense. As the court pleases.
Yes, the court pleases, my lord, the appearances are still the same for accused number 5.
Yes.
As the court pleases, my lord, firstly, we apologize for the late start. There were bail arrangements regarding accused number 2 that had to be made, and that is the reason why we have started late, my lord. And secondly, my lord, we are indebted to the court for your indulgence yesterday. And once again, we apologize to anyone who was inconvenienced by the fact that the matter had to be rolled to today. The witness is indeed present to today, my lord. Then thirdly, my lord, and somewhat disconcerting, there was an incident this morning involving this witness and members of the media.
Yes.
It was reported, my lord, that when the witness arrived at court, he was literally chased by members of the media with cameras wanting to take his photo. And my lord, this has petrified and unsettled the witness.
Yes.
My lord, whilst we support the media coverage of the proceedings, the events of this morning, my lord, are simply unacceptable. Yesterday, I informed the court that the witness that we arranged as a substitute witness has asked that his evidence be rescheduled. And my lord, is precisely this type of conduct by members of the media that will, or that might imperil the state case. My lord, intrusive and overbearing conduct by members of the media against witnesses is a cause for serious concern, my lord. We will request that guidelines be laid down regarding the treatment of witnesses by members of the media.
On that specific point, where you say guidelines ought to be laid down, which suggests that the media is unaware of limits. I'm not sure if I agree with that kind of reasoning, because I mean, in this day and age where the media has been granted, the latitude to feature where the need arises, especially in order to satisfy the public interest. They even have formations under which they lodge, most of them. My sense is that they come knowing, and the kind of behavior you are describing would have been deliberately staged for the one or the other reason. And I am one of the proponents of the protection of public interest, even in matters of this nature, but never at the expense of the quality of the proceedings that run in court. Because if what you are saying is what happened, my question would be, why do we still have them here? If that is the line of behavior we are going to have to contend with as from them. I mean, if you ask me, between the quality of the trial and the protection of a wanton disregard of limits by the media, I will choose the former for purposes of protection. So I don't know, were you not given details about what happened? And if so, why do we still have those culprits amongst us?
Well, in broad terms, that's what I've just alluded to. It's what happened, my lord. And it was so serious that the witness had to take refuge in one of the rooms where, you know, he currently is. And
Are there no footages generated within this building as people move? Is it not possible to identify who was behind whatever perturbed the witness?
Unfortunately, my lord, I don't have that information, but I think my colleague who was here, you know, has got more information.
What was the input of were the court orderlies around?
I'm not aware about the presence of the court orderlies, but Advocate Nshololo and I think Mr. Tobani, to a certain extent, also witnessed this unfortunate incident.
Yeah, my simple sense is that there are footages. I mean, when people move within this building, it is possible to detect some of the movement. And those who would have been responsible for that kind of behavior can be easily identified. I mean, I don't agree with an approach where people behave in that way without consequences. I mean, we always say no one, including I that speak, is above the law. Why should the media be above the law? I mean, especially where it affects people that are coming to give testimony in this case. I mean, it's totally unacceptable.
Indeed, my lord, but our submission is perhaps the starting point. In addition to, you know, trying to obtain the footage, if strict guidelines can be laid down or reinforced, just for the protection of the witnesses. Otherwise, we'll have a situation where no witness will be prepared to come and testify, which will be, as indicated.
Mr. Baloyi, my problem with what you are saying is that it presupposes that there are no guidelines. Is it true that there are no guidelines?
Well, they are there, my lord, but there seems to be no adherence at all
Yeah.
to those guidelines. Hence, we're requesting that perhaps they be, reinforced and, with perhaps more stricter, broad outlines of what is expected of, members of the media. And
I hear what you're saying, because I want to believe amongst us here, there might be members of the media who are not guilty of that.
yes,
So what you are suggesting is that we paint them all with the same brush. And I'm saying, even as we continue here, somebody should be requested. I sometimes see Mr. Novella here. Is he not here today?
Just, there was a court orderly.
The court orderlies who were involved in the incident and the powers that be in this building should help us identify those who were behaving in that kind of a way. Because we will keep on reinforcing when people are well aware of
yes,
how they should behave.
yes. But my lord, the concern is it might take some time before the such identification via the footage, and meanwhile, we still need to have witnesses at court. So we
That is the issue. If we give the impression that because it takes time, we will never take the trouble. I'm saying we proceed with this case. The footage is available somewhere. Whoever is responsible should go and work on that footage. And I'm told that there was a court orderly who witnessed some of the things. As for our colleagues who witnessed some of it, if they are able to give a recount of what happened, in due course we shall be assisted. But those who are responsible should be identified, and we should be able to engage those. We can't use generalizations to get away with things that they deliberately engaged into, well knowing what the limits should be in terms of their behavior.
If I can come to the assistance of the court, my lord. Those who were involved, they were identified, my lord. They are known. It's SABC, ENCA, and Africa News. Those are the people who interfered with the witness outside, my lord. They are known. There is no need even to go on footage. And I've spoken to them, my lord. They have apologized. However, the feeling on behalf of the counsel before this court is that because there were guidelines, there were conditions that were set for them, their behavior has interfered with the court proceedings now. So they need to be banned from continuing sitting in this court because they are disturbing the proceedings of the court. They are known, my lord, it's not everyone. It's ENCA, SABC, and Africa News. Those three.
There you are, Mr. Baloyi.
Thank you, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, I just want to correct Advocate Baloyi. I was not there, never witnessed it. And even if Advocate Msholo, both of us were not there, but we were told who were the people, the culprits. I do agree with Advocate Baloyi that strict rules must be enforced, because even previously we did complain of other people taking accused photos and video footages while we consulting with them. And now it will disadvantage the accused themselves, because these witnesses, if the court says no, we ban any video footage, it will disadvantage the accused themselves because they are already been known, but now the witnesses won't be shown. if the court can put it very clear that journalists must only deal with the proceedings of the court, not on the corridor running after witnesses.
But do you think they don't know that?
I'm not privy to the rules and guidelines that were set down in this matter, Your Lordship. So I'm not sure if...
No, I'm saying to you, they are aware of their limits.
If they are aware, Your Lordship, I think they need to be reminded and reprimanded because, Your Lordship, to ban them, it will cause a more delay in this matter. They might take it up and make an application through their own companies.
They might have to do that. We cannot allow a travesty to unfold because we are afraid that people will take us on from a legal point of view.
I agree. The reason why I'm saying so, Your Lordship.
That should happen. If it must, it must happen.
The reason why I'm saying so, Your Lordship.
The comfort of the witnesses and their sense of security is more important than all these other things that we are saying. This is an open court.
I agree with the court. Even the security and the comfort of the accused must also be protected. What I'm trying to say, Your Lordship,
we cannot reason that the security of the accused is protected by the media, and therefore it gives the media the latitude to behave as they should.
it's not what I'm saying, hence the court interrupts me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, even before we warned them, they must not take accused videos and photos while we're consulting with them. And I don't blame even this journalist. You know why, Your Lordship? This matter, it originated from the media itself, from 1010 Productions, when they made a Netflix documentary 4 days before this matter was tried.
Mr. Tovan, you are giving an assessment about what I think.
But
that's what you would have done if you were running these proceedings. And I'm saying, from where I stand as the presiding officer in this case, this is how I see it. The media has to toe the line. And it has to toe a line it knows already. There's nothing new here. It's not their first time to pitch in a court. And those misdemeanors are committed from a situation of knowing very well what the limits are. And when I want to deal with it, you are rising to tell me how best you think it should be dealt with. I recommend the way you see it, but I must put in place measures that ensure the integrity of this case.
But
there are so many cases running in this country without the media. It doesn't mean the accused in those cases are unsafe. The presence of the media is an exception, Mr. Towan. And if that is what you want best, maybe you will end up joining if we take measures and they take us legally, they take us up on legally. Maybe that is what is the...
No,
but
it's a
let
pity
me
let me
determine...
The court didn't understand me what I wanted to say.
I understand what you are saying.
I'm not putting it to the court and ordering the court. That's my submissions. The court needs to make a decision. What I'm saying, Your Lordship, is that I'm not saying when they take videos and take cameras to the accused while we consult with them, I'm not saying they are safe. I'm saying it is uncalled for what they are doing. We've been also saying that they must not take the accused videos when they walk in, when they walk out, or when we consult with them. That's what we raised before. I think we raised this in chambers before we had a long adjournment, Your Lordship. And I don't want to waste the court's time and argue with the court in this regard. As I said, Your Lordship, of course, we need to come to a decision with regard to the behavior of those people who are being identified as the court basis.
I am saying, for purposes of the smooth running of these proceedings, and because that witness who ran as if running for dear life this morning is about to testify, that witness cannot testify before that issue is dealt with, number one. Number two, we are not going to experienced delays because people knowingly came here and chose to behave as they did. And therefore, it means for me, those who are responsible are going to step out of this courtroom. They are going to where this issue is going to be threshed out, whilst we don't wait, whilst we proceed with this case. And
Sorry to interrupt, Your Lordship. Is it a decision or the court addressing me, or must I sit down?
no, yeah, you can sit down.
Thank you.
Those who were responsible for this whatever drama that happened affecting a witness that is coming to testify are going to step out of this courtroom. And I think I will request the secretary here, Mr. Nzakula, to run a process together with the court manager. They should sit down and discuss this thing, and I have to be assured of what is going to happen. I would have been adjourning this matter for that to happen, but we don't have time to waste, and those who did this did it not knowingly. So between broadcasting and making the witnesses feel secure and safe, I choose the latter. And therefore, I'm saying, I'm going to step out a little. Those who have been named should step out, go out to the court manager, go and thresh out an agreement. Quicker or slower, it's up to them. If I'm told that they have discussed the matter and this is not going to happen, and I can assure the witness that there won't be a repeat of the horror the witness experienced this morning, then I can proceed. I can proceed with them inside.
Here, there it is.
Can you once again indicate where the respective parties were seated?
Njengoba kwenzile ke ngaphambilini sikhombiseke ukuthi ubani behlezi kuphi.
And this is exhibit?
It's Exhibit A, my lord. This is Sergeant Musia's album, and it's page 10.
Yes.
Yes, can you indicate where each one was seated?
Ngachake uthathe nganye nganye ne. Ukuthi khombisake njengoba kwenzile ngaphambilini ukuthi bekuhlezi bani kuphi.
So kule sofa la
On this couch there where I'm pointing,
bekuhleli uMakakheli la.
Kelly's mother was seated there.
I think we need a proper interpretation of the points pointed out by the witness, because the record doesn't know the points pointed out by the witness.
You are saying, can you repeat?
My Lord was saying, may the points pointed out by the witness be interpreted into the record,
Oh, okay.
because the record doesn't see where the witness is making points.
Okay.
Indeed, my lord, I just wonder on whose shoulders will that the duty fall?
On his shoulders, what?
I'm just wondering who's going to do that, my lord, just to place on record where the witness is pointing, or whether we should just leave it to Mr. John as the interpreter.
Yeah, I seem to be hearing Advocate Mshololo saying that when points are indicated on the sketch, there should be an interpretation going alongside so that whatever is pointed out, the pointing thereof is also captured onto the record. So my understanding is that the interpreter would, if the witness points at a spot, the interpreter would indicate that the witness has pointed at a spot.
Yes, you can. You can start.
ngeyinto njani leli phansi
So do I start over?
Yes.
okay
So that everything can be put on record.
kule sofa le la engipointe khona la le block kuqala la
On this,
umakakhili
okay, so ibambe lapha.
okay
On this point where I'm pointed, on this couch, I think I move, I shall down. That's where Kelly's mother was seated. It is on the left-hand side. I think it's there.
On the right.
On the right.
on the
The
right
left. It's on the left-hand side.
mawungena emnyango kuka right
If you look,
ngena ngomnyango kuka right
I mean,
nawo umnyango
that's the door. The witness says that is the door.
Yeah.
That is
So
the
we
door.
enter.
When you enter the door, oh, it's on the right. When you enter the door,
Yes.
I didn't know that was the door, sorry.
Yeah.
When you enter the door, when you enter the door, it's on the right-hand side. It is right at the end, at the far right, where the witness is pointed and saying that's where Kelly's mother was seated. I don't know whether that's proper.
then la center bekuhleli uzandi
The witness pointing out the center of the couch from the right to the left and saying that's where Zandi was seated.
then la bekuhleli lo mfana kaThiko la
And then here, it's on the far left, that's where Chico's son was seated.
Who is it?
Long.
Long way.
Yes?
Yes, no, continue.
then siye kule sofa engale
We are going now to the couch on the left.
ngala ngikuhleli mina ngala qaleni
On this, at the right there where the witness is pointing, which is in the far right.
opposite
Far
to
left.
Makakeli
Opposite Kelly's mother, that's where I was seated.
Yes, we continue.
Okay, maqhubeka-ke.
then next to mina bekuhleli umthoko
Next to me, the witness is pointing right next to where he was seated. It was in Toko.
Yeah.
Yebo.
then next to umthoko la bekuhleli uSenzo
And next to Mtoko, it was Senzo who was seated there.
Who was sitting across from where the deceased Mr. Senzo Meyiwa was seated?
La wayehlezi khona uSenzo ne ohlezi ngale obhekene noSenzo kohlezi bani?
I think wayebhekene no long
I think he was facing a long way.
because next to Senzo La uKheli uyahlalela eCenter la phansi.
Okay, Bambela Center.
Yeah.
Because just next to Senzo, it was Kelly, but he would move from where she was
Actually,
seated, and she would sit on the floor right at the center where the witness is pointing now.
Yeah.
The center between the two couches.
The door that you were referring to, where is it on sketch?
Ukuphi lo mnyango obukhuluma ngawo?
La asikho isicabha, umnyango ongenele dining.
Ubambe lapho, ubambe lapho. Ubambe. Mususus. Where I'm pointed now there is no door there. It's just the the door that leads to the dining room. But there is no door there. It's just an opening, so the opening that leads to the dining room.
Thank you. And if we can return to the earlier photos that we couldn't see, photo 1 and 2 of Exhibit B, Malo, they appear on page 21 of Exhibit B. Exhibit B. The day photos, Exhibit B, on page 21.
Yeah.
Photo 1 and 2. Yes.
Yes.
Can you just indicate where you and Mtogo were standing when you were smoking?
Kathi wena ubhema ke awusikhombisa ukuthi wena ume kuphi nomthoko kathi ubhema khona kulesa storm.
Similar.
Okay, we were standing right there next to the wall. It's showing on the outside of the premises against next to the wall.
Yes. And as you were standing there outside, did you get to see the deceased at any stage?
Kathi ke nime lapha sorry. Kathi nime lapha yana ngaphandle ke ngaba sikhona isikhathi la nambona khona umufi.
Wayengaphakathi endlini. So sasimele siwabona uba wayengaphakathi endlini.
I would not have been able to see him because he was inside the house.
Yes. But did he at any stage leave the house whilst you were outside?
Ngalesikhathi mina nime ngaphandle ngaba sikhona isikhathi la yena aphuma khona.
No, akazange aphume similar. Because sathi masiqeda la meqeda ukuchama umtho la ngipointa khona nje isicingo esigubhu sagesi lesi meqeda ukuchama sabuyela ngaphakathi.
Okay. No, he didn't come out whilst you were standing there against the wall or next to the wall because just after Togo had urinated, we went inside the house again.
Yes.
Asingenanga endlini because bengade ngibhema wathi umtho ayengangeni unukuntutha kwa endlini.
Okay. We did not go inside the house because I had just finished smoking. And then Togo said to me that let's not go or no, don't go inside the house while you still have that smell of cigarette or smoking.
Yes.
Yes, we may continue.
Then after that, kunompompi next to umnyanga ongenele kitchen.
Okay, and after that, there is a tap just next to the door that goes into the kitchen.
Can you show photo 6? Photo 6. Yes, you may continue. It's on page 23 of the bundle, my lord.
Kunompompo la somewhere la.
There's a tap there, somewhere there.
And the-
Witness pointing us. On the right hand side of the house against the wall. There's a tape there.
Yes, we continue.
Ngiqhubeke.
Then ikhona ke la engifika ngawasha izandla ngaxubha khona ngamanzi ne. The tray usenza phuma wama phambi ngomnyango ke la uthisha.
I was there at that point. That's where I washed my hands, also sort of like in brushed or cleaned my mouth, the mouth with water. That's where Senzo came out with Wamakupi
Wama phambi ngomnyango.
and stood in front of the door.
Which door?
Muphi umnyango?
Wona lo. Ungenele kitchen.
The door that leads to the kitchen.
Yes, you may continue.
Ungaqhubeka.
Then masimile shuthi siyaxoxa. Angitshela usenza ukuthi mayebuyele eDurban. Ufuna ukuthi ayothengela umndeni wakhe yonke into then athathe 10,000 ahamba uyibhukhela ehotel.
We were standing there and we were just having a conversation. It was also where Senzo was telling me that when he returns or when he goes back to Durban, he would like to buy everything for his family and then take 10,000 and go and book them into a hotel.
Ehotel bekazobhukhela yena noKhili.
Okay. At the hotel, he was going to book for himself and Kelly.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then masaxoxa kanjalo qhamuke uKhili ne abuza ukuthi hawo seniplan ukuhamba yini.
Whilst we were having that conversation, Kelly appeared and then she asked from us, are you planning to leave already?
Yes.
Yebo.
And ngaleso sikhathi bekunama calls bekunemakhongithi ama calls abuya ngene kusenzo but bengazi ukuthi ukhuluma nobani.
But at the time, there were calls that Senzo was receiving, but I didn't know as to who he was talking to. Yebo.
Yes.
Then after lo sabuyela back e dining room futhi.
Thereafter, we went back to the dining room. Yebo.
But before going to the dining room, did anyone leave for the shops?
Ngaphandle kokuthi nibuyele ke dining room, ngabe ukhona? Oh, sorry.
As I said, clear and leading question from the state.
As a court, please, I'll just rephrase that. I apologize, my lord. Did anyone leave the house at any stage to get any supplies?
Kukhona nje isikhathi la kunomuntu owaphuma khona ke kukhona nje ayokuthenga.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll make another attempt. Did anyone leave the house at any stage?
Ukhona nje umuntu owahamba, sikhona isikhathi la kunomuntu owahamba khona noma waphuma khona endlini.
Umuntu waphuma endlini babeyi2 baphuma uSenzo noKhili.
Two people left the house. It was Senzo and Kelly.
Yes.
At which stage was that?
Isiphi isikhathi la baphuma khona?
Anginayo ngesikhathi because into ayenzeka ngangasibuka isikhathi. So anginayo ngesikhathi.
I'm not certain about the time because I did not look at the time, so I'm not certain about the time.
No, but we're just asking at which stage, not the time, at which stage.
Asikhulumi nje kahle ukuthi
Where were you at that stage?
Kwakuyinkathi kwakwenzekani? Inkathi bephuma kwakwenzekani?
Bese dining thina bephuma because ngathi uMakhili bene flu. So bebeyomthengela something for leyo flu.
Okay, we were still in the dining room when they went out. I think Kelly's mother had some flu, so they were left to go and get something for her for the flu.
Was it after you had finished smoking, after you had washed your hands and rinsed your mouth, and
Ngabe
went
kon-
back into the dining room?
Ingabe konke lokho kwenzeka nkathi usuqedile ubhema, nkathi usuqedile ke ukuthi ugeze izandla zakho kanye nomlomo usubuyela ngaphakathi endlini?
Angisakhumbuli kahle noma kwenzeka before or after.
I can't remember well whether it happened before or after.
Yes. Yes, where did the deceased and Miss Kelly Kumalo go?
Bahamba baya kuphi ke uSenzo no Kelly?
Anginalo ulwazi lalokho ngoba sasendlini thina.
I don't know because we were in the house.
Mhlambe babe take shop around anginalo ulwazi lalokho.
Maybe they went to a nearby tuck shop, but I don't know because we were inside the house.
Yes, then what happened further?
Kwasekuthini ke?
Emva kwaloko sahleli nje I think basesonke endlini. Kwangena umusa bona umuntu kulomnyango lo kade ngopoint ekuqaleni.
Okay, bambe lapho ke.
Ungele dani.
Thereafter, whilst all of us were seated inside the house, someone came in. That is now through the door that I pointed out earlier on.
So which door is it?
Muphi lo mnyango lo?
Khona le buyiveze ekuqaleni le veza.
I think witness is referring to the sketch plan.
Just go back to the sketch plan. It's part of Exhibit A.
Yes.
Yes.
Sabona umuntu asekala.
Okay, bambe lapho.
Asekala.
Ungayisusi. We just saw someone standing there, right there, at the opening. That is the opening that was referred to earlier on without the door.
Yes?
Mangena umuntu
Were you all still seated as you demonstrated earlier on? Or
Ingabe
had you
nonke-
changed positions?
Nani sahlezi ngale ndlela obusikhombisana ngaphambilini noma nani senishentshile ke ngaleso sikhathi? Nani sahlezi ngale ndlela yokuqala noma nani senishintshile indlela enihlezi
ya
ngayo?
sahleli ngale nje sesihleli ngayo.
We were still seated as we were seated before.
Yes?
Yes, you may continue.
Correct.
Lo muntu ongenayo ubhethi sibhamonza ama-dread.
The person that came in was carrying a firearm and he had dreadlocks.
Yes?
Yebo.
Agqoke ijacket. I'm not sure caramel or brown but engathi deskinyana nje umbala wakhona ijacket.
Ngathi yini?
Ngathi brown nyana.
Okay. This person was wearing a jacket. I am not certain whether it was caramel, it was mfethu. Ngiyakunikeza isikhathi ukhulume. Asingakhulumi ngesikhathi sodwa kuzohlangana irecord lezwana. Ngicela ukhulume ungilinde ngikhulume then uphinde. This person was wearing a jacket. I don't know whether it's caramel, whether it's brown. Uthe i-desk ne? Khulume nge-desk ne?
Sengaphendula.
Yebo.
Umbala wakhona ungathi ucaramel or brown ukuthi I'm not sure about the color
It's
but
either
not caramel brown.
It's either it's caramel or it's brown. It's just that I'm not certain about the color.
Afake isigqoko.
He was wearing a hat.
What type of hat?
Isigqoko esinjani?
Besisikotshinyana nje isincane. I think besinamabala white and black but besisikotshi isigqoko nje. Angazi ukuchaza kanjani. Akusithi isigqoko sendiwanga but lezi igqoko. Akusizo lezi ithambili lezi. Angazi ukuchaza kanjani but bagqoka isigqoko esisikotshi.
I don't know how to describe it. The witness refers to something scotch, but it was not a woolen hat, and it had some black and white colors, but a small one.
Yes.
And the physique, can you describe the physique of the person?
Lo muntu ngamchaza yena, buyena nje ukuthi ngokomzimba ke ukuthi wayengumuntu okanjani.
Bemfishane ne.
Person was short,
Yes.
Ayinamehla amakhulu.
with big eyes,
Yes. What other description can you give? Is it all?
ikuphi kunye ongachaza ngayo noma yilokho nje kuphela.
Elokho engikhumbulayo.
That's what I can recall.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ungaqhubeka ke.
Lo muntu akangena khona la emila akakhuluma into eningi.
When this person came out and stood right there at that opening, that person did not say a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Azange akhulume futhi into eningi, wasifuna amafoni nemali.
That person didn't say a lot of things, required phones from us and money.
Yes.
Yes. In which language did he speak?
Ekhuluma ngaluphi ulimi?
Izulu, wakhuluma isiZulu.
IsiZulu.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then ngokuphazima kwehlo umfana kaChiko nje behleli la.
Bambe lapho ke. Just in a twinkle of an eye, as Chico's son was seated there, it is now on this couch, which is on the right, according to the witness, at the far left. As Chico's son was seated there, yebo.
Just refer to him by his name.
Long.
Okay.
Long.
Long way. Yebo.
Wasuka la ngesikhulu speed la, akekho lindele endlini. Lo muntu angithi umla wamphusha.
Uchiko pusha
Lo mfana ulong.
So the long.
Yes.
Okay. And then he just, without anyone expecting inside the house, he moved from moved from where he was seated and pushed this guy.
Makamphusha.
Okay. That's not just.
Yes.
Yebo. Sure.
So makamphusha. Angazi waphuma ngoba waphuma ngili ne. So kathi emphusha
So the bani waphuma.
lo mfana kaChiko.
Okay.
Ulong.
So upushe lo muntu waphuma yena.
Waphuma ne.
Okay, when he pushed this, when Longwe pushed this guy, he went out, uphuma endlini.
Yes.
Out of the house.
Who exited the house?
Uthi
Was it
uLongo waphuma.
Longwe or both the?
Long.
Longwe my
Long.
lord.
Yes, you may continue.
So by the time ade phusha lo muntu la, lethwe la endlini bathola ichance ukuthi kusukumi bakusukumi because ukhelwa sukumi.
Okay, when he pushed the guy who was standing there at the opening, that's where now people inside the house got a chance to get up, because that's when Kelly got up. Okay.
Yes.
Yebo.
So nama I think ukhelwa wangena kule room la because waphuma wabaleka ngathi I think wangena kule room la.
Masibambe lapho. I think Kelly went into that room. The witness is pointing just
Yeah.
out. There's a door there. Go into a bedroom.
Yeah.
So the witness says he thinks Kelly got into that room.
Yes.
Yebo.
So nama ngisukuma because bengifaka ukhonko enyaweni.
Just for record purposes, it was described as bedroom 1.
Is it agreed?
It was described by Sergeant Musia as bedroom 1.
Agreed, my lord.
Okay, uthi nawe masukuma ngoba ufake ukhonko.
Yeah.
So nama ngisukuma because endlini bese kunesiphithiphithi.
Okay.
Sengibona the second guy la ekitchen la.
Bambe lapho. Also, when I got up, because it was now just up and down in the house, I saw now a second guy pointer foot in the kitchen
Yeah.
where the witness is pointing.
Ubeka la because ubeka banjo usenza isandla so. Ngibambe isandla saka right.
uSenzo bamba isandla sale guy.
Yeah.
He was right there at the kitchen because Senzo was holding this guy's right hand like this. Kanjena ne?
Yeah, wembambe isandla lesaka. Emcikisa uTongile.
And he was pressing him against the wall. So him.
Was he holding the first or the second guy?
Ubambe lo wokuqala noma lo wesibili?
Ilo mude.
Okay, it's the tall one.
Yes.
It's the tall one.
No.
Umbuzo uthi uJaji
The
ufuna
second
ukwazi.
one.
It's the second one, my lord.
Second one.
How did he hold him?
Uthi wayembambe
Ngibambe
kanjani?
isandla lesaka right.
His right hand like this, my lord.
Empressele eTongile.
Pressing him against the wall.
Yes.
Then angithi njengoba ngibona usenzeni la ngangithi ngiyaphuma mina ne because umnyango ula wasekitchen.
Okay, bambe lapho. As I saw Senzo standing there, my intention was to go out because the kitchen door was right there. Yebo.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then mangifika usenze bambe lo muntu lo ne because bembambe emnikisile. Ufike ngishaya nami kulo muntu lo ne.
Okay.
Ngishaya ngesibhakela ne.
Okay, upon arriving, when I got there and I saw Senzo pressing this person against the wall, then when I got there, I hit him with a fist. I think it's Bagela.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yebo.
Where did you hit him?
Umshaya kuphi nendawo?
Ngamshala.
Awujikeke.
Ngamshaya la.
Imayibamba ujaji azokubona ujike uzonenzela ujaji ukuthi abone.
Yes.
The witness pointing to the left side of the face. Is it Chico Chacha Kabona? The left side of the face, mother.
Yes.
You may proceed.
Then after lokho njalo umuntu elasi ukusenza impressela ngimshaya kwaphuma isibhamu.
Thereafter, whilst this person was there, held by Senzo against the wall, and I hit the person with a fist, that's when a shot went off.
Yes.
Yebo.
Lo nginikuqala lo mfishane ubeka shower uMakheli noKheli noZandi ne because ubeka phethe ama crutches wami uZandi I think uZandi uyaphethe ama crutches.
Okay. The one that came in first, my lord, was being assaulted or hit by Kelly's mother and Zandi, because I think Zandi was carrying my crutches.
Yes.
Yebo.
After sekuqhumeke isibhamu ngabaleka ngawo ngina kule bedroom lela.
Before
Okay.
we go further there, you are mentioning the crash
Yes.
for the first time. Up until now, you had never told us anything about the crash.
Siyaqala ukuzwa manje nge-crash lena ngenkathi nje yonke unikeza ngobufakazi bakho awuzange usho lutho nga-crash. So iyaqala inkantolo manje ukuthi izwe ngama-crash.
I think you should take us nicely along around the crash. Because it's like it's appearing from nowhere.
Manje ngoba
In your
into
story.
nje eqhamuka nje ngazi ukuthi iqhamuka kuphi-ke, so kufanele-ke nje unikeze nje uchaze ngakho.
Bengingasho qala ukuthi bengifaka ukhonkolo ngalo msakhumbula. Ya bengifaka ukhonkolo onyaweni. Ngifike vele le ngivele ngifake ukhonkolo la onyaweni. bengihamba ngama-crutches.
I was on crutches, my lord. I did say it before, that, as it referred to as the cement or the plaster, my leg was plastered.
Onyaweni.
Okay, not the leg itself, but this is referring to the foot itself. Kuluphi ihlangothi?
Lo munye nje lo kuqala lo munye.
Right noma left?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
on the right hand side, my lord. So when I arrived, coming, I was on crutches.
Yes.
What type of crutches?
Amakrashi anjani la sikhuluma ngapha?
Angiwazi-ke ama-type awo ama-crush,
I
ngilawa
don't know.
asilva ngilawa nini. Angazi kabisa.
I don't know the types, but it's the silver ones.
Yes.
And just before you proceed, can you just show on the sketch plan where Kelly's mom and Zandi were engaging the second person, where Zandi was hitting the
Uthe
first
uZandi,
person using your crutches.
uthe uZandi uma wakhe noKelly angithi bona bobathathu babeshaya lo owangena qala angithi. So usikhombise ukuthi kwakukuphi nendawo la babemshayela khona.
Bebala kitchen la.
They were here in the kitchen. They were pointing at the kitchen.
If maybe photo 4 of exhibit A can be shown, it appears on page 7. Are you able to perhaps show where they were at this stage? Photo 4. Are you able to point out where Kelly, her mom, and Zandi were?
Ungasikhombisa lana ke ukuthi uKelly uma wakhe noZandi
Where they were assaulting the other person?
babekuphi nendawo nkathi beshaya lo wangena qala.
Bebala. Because angikhumbula ngezwa nomsinda we-drawer, kuvuleka i-drawer, ey'puni, kunesidrowa Samuel.
Okay.
Bebala.
Ukhomba kule ndawo kunelapho yellow.
Yeah,
The witness is pointing out just next to that yellow hole there, they were there, because I even heard the noise being made by a drawer, because there's a drawer somewhere there with spoons.
Yes.
So after iqhuma kwisibhamu because ikhishi lila lincane. Ngaqhuma isibhamu then lezwa amadlebe ngathi ayavale ngabaleka ngawungena ebedroom lebe engiphoyi.
All right. After the firearm went off, because now the kitchen is small, it was like now my eyes were closed. Sorry. It was like now my ears were like, I couldn't hear anything, were closing. And then that's when I ran to the bedroom that I pointed out earlier on.
Just a minute.
You said you dashed towards what?
The bedroom that I pointed out earlier on.
Bedroom number 1.
After the sketch lesson.
If the sketch can be shown.
All right. We'll get to the sketch just now. Where was the sound of the firearm coming from?
Now,
Before,
I'm sorry, my lord.
you dashed towards which bedroom?
Okay.
Yeah.
this one, my lord, the witness pointing out to that particular bedroom.
And that's bedroom number?
Sergeant Musia, describe it as bedroom number 2, my lord.
Yes, let's proceed.
Yes, where was the sound of the firearm coming from?
Now, ukuqhuma kwesibhamu lokhu kwakubuya ngakuphi noma kwakutsho ngakuphi?
I think kwakusekitchen
I think it was in the kitchen
because umsindo omkhulu lithiwa ngithi kawuvaleka amandla. I think kwakusekitchen.
because it was a loud noise that even closed my ears. I think it was in the kitchen.
Yes.
So mangibalekela kule bedroom
Yes.
kune bed ebila la eceleni la ngipointe khona.
Okay, when I ran into that bedroom, ngicela uphinde upointe, ne? There was a bed just there where I'm pointed. Let's see, pointing at bedroom 2.
Then
Yebo.
la kune impahla ingubo ila ngafihla khona ifoni yami.
And then there were some clothes, some blankets. That's where I hid my phone.
Yes. Because mangina la endlini ngaqalaza la ngithi ngifuna ukuphuma ngefestera but bekunamabhakla la.
Okay, because when I went into the house, I looked around there and I wanted to get out through the window, but there were burglar bars.
Yes.
If I can ask that photo 2 of exhibit B that appears on page 21 of the bundle be shown. Photo 2 and 3. Photo 2 and 3 of exhibit B. Yes, it's fine. That will be exhibit A, photo 1 and 2. Are you able to, can you identify what you see there? Sorry, just show that photo again. Yes.
Ungachaza lokho okubonayo laphaya?
Yeah, ili room lile ngabalekela kulona.
That's the bedroom I ran into.
It's photo number
It's
Number
photo
2, my lord.
number 2, my lord, of exhibit A. And you say you tried to get out, but the window had burglar bars. Can you show them on the photo?
Awusiboniseke la mabhakla okhuluma ngawo. Uthi angithi wazama ukuthi uphume ngefastela ne? Wathola ukuthi namabhakla. Uyakwazi ukuthi usikhombisa wona ke kule sithombe leso?
Angazi vela because nali ifestera nali.
That's the window there where I'm pointing.
Ngamabhakla but very kahle.
But it's not, you can't see it properly.
Yes, we'll continue.
Ungaqhubeka.
And maybe just before that, before you ran to bedroom 2, where was the deceased, Mr. Senzo Meyiwa?
Ngaphambilini kokuthi ubaleke kuyongena kulele kamera wayekuphi usenzo yena?
Akekho ngambona le nto ngabe endlini ukuthi bayenza kanjani because ngabaleka ngeza ngala bedroom. Sibe kitchen after kuphuma usibam. So angazi babaleka baya ngakuphi.
I don't know where they went to or which directions they ran to, but it's now the people that were in the house, because after the firearm went off, I ran from the kitchen to the bedroom.
If I can ask that photo 15 of Exhibit B be shown, it appears on page 29 of the bundle. Photo 15 of Exhibit B. Are you able to point where the deceased Mr. Senzo Meyiwa was pinning the other person against the
La awe uthi wambambe khona ke emcinezelo obondeni ke kwaku.
Ila.
That's photo number?
It's photo number 15, my lord, of Exhibit B, that appears on page 29.
Okay. The witness pointing on photo number 15, that is now between the door as well as the cupboard that appears there.
Yes.
On page?
It's on page 29, my lord.
Your Lordship, I have a problem, Your Lordship. I'd like to object to the showing of this photo number 15. It's album B, Exhibit B. The author thereof has not yet been led by the state. And now, the state is using the same photo to lead the witness. In essence, what the state is doing with these photos is showing the witness and leading, is leading the witness on these photos. This album B, the author thereof has not been called by the state. It has not been properly presented to the court. Its basis has not yet properly laid by the state. The state uses the same photo album. That's my concern I'm raising, Your Lordship.
Advocate?
Please, my lord. Well, Sergeant Musia testified that the photos were taken in his presence. He confirmed the correctness of the photo, but this witness will be called should it become necessary, my lord.
Yes?
Your Lordship, it was the state that let witness number one who got this album without even laying its basis, without even calling the author thereof. Besides the fact that before the state tried to lead this album, we raised the objection with regard to the commission of oath on this album, Your Lordship. That's our concern.
As a court, please, without belaboring the point, my lord, we will, as I say, should it become necessary, call this witness. May the evidence then be allowed. As I indicated, Sergeant Musia, who was present when the photos were taken, did confirm the correctness of the photo.
Yes.
As a good please, my lord, if I can refer you to photo 9, which appears on page 25 of Exhibit B.
Photo number?
Photo 9 of Exhibit B, which appears on page 25. Can you just identify that photo for us?
Ngasichazela ke lesi sithombe lesiya photo number 9 sibonayo.
Ngichazele.
What about the
Yeah,
photo?
just in relation to the window that you referred to earlier on.
Ngokumayela nefastela ke obusitshele ngalo ngaphambilini.
akusibhit umnyango ongenela ekitchen as ngishilo kuqala ukuthi ngawasha kulompompi lo.
Okay.
Now
This
umnyango
is-
ongenela ekitchen.
This is the door that leads to
Yes.
the kitchen. As I earlier on indicated that is the tap that I used to wash my hands as well as rinse my mouth.
Yes, but you mentioned that the deceased was pinning the second person in the tall one that you described, pressing him against the wall. Where in relation to that window?
Ngokubayela naleliya fastelaka ngithi ushilo-ke ukuthi uSenzo kunalo wesibili-ke owayemcindezela ubondeni. Wamcindezele kuphi mayelana naleliya fastela leli elibonakala laphayana?
Ka right mawungena I think ila somewhere like.
Okay.
Ma ka right mawungena.
It's on the right hand side as you go inside. I think it's up in the point. I think it's there. That's,
Somewhere.
Inside?
Yes, inside.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, you may proceed.
ungaqhubeka-ke.
So mase njengoba ngivalile ekamereni mase ngizwa ukuthi sekukhuluma abantu ababela endlini because since ngaya efestele ngathothi ngamabhakla ngabuya ngenze emnyango press and ukupressa kwami umnyango angupress ngimile ngale valo lokuthi mhlawumbe uzoza la bekupressa ngihleli phansi.
As I was in the bedroom, or since I ran into the bedroom, I was leaning or sort of like pressing against the door. And I wasn't standing, I was seated because I had this fear that this person might come to this bedroom. And then I heard voices of the people that were inside the house.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ungaqhubeka.
So mangizwa labantu abasendlini bekhuluma mangithi ngiyavula umnyango awuvuleki mangingaphakathi.
As I was hearing the voices of the people that were inside the house, as I tried to open the door, I couldn't open it from the inside.
I think umthoko uye wezwa ngivulela noma ngespoon or something wavula ngaphandle.
I think it was in Togo. He managed to open the door from the outside. I think he used a spoon.
Yes, you may proceed.
So mangiphuma ngizwa wonke umuntu biza igama la kaSenzo.
And as I came out, I could hear everyone calling out Senzo's name.
Yes.
So mangiya straight edining ngathola uSenzo alele between isofa next to la behleli khona akhili la kulelo lokuzana kune stand bese kubilo sofa alele la phakathi kwesofa ne stand.
Okay. And as I came out, I went straight to the dining room and I found Senzo laying there. It was just next to where Kelly's mother was seated. See, the witness is emotional, my lord. Next to where Kelly's mother was seated, between the couch as well, there's a stand there. That's where Senzo was laying.
If I can ask that photo 65 or from 59 be shown of exhibit B.
So you found Senzo lying on the floor.
Yes.
And was Kelly's mother still there?
Why say lapho makakhe?
bebakhona endlini.
They were inside the house.
Okay.
Photo 59 of Exhibit B, which appears on page 61. Can you show where you saw the deceased?
Asibonisa ukuthi wayelele kuphi.
Bekalele la.
He was lying there. Just right in front of the stand, in front of the couch.
Kunespace nyana lapha.
There's a little space, sorry. Okay, there's a little space there.
Turn to page, photo 60, sorry, on page 62. Are you able to show there?
Uyakwazi ukubonisa lapha?
Or maybe-
Ngithi bekalele phansi.
Or maybe photo 65, which appears on page 64 of Exhibit B.
Yeah. Ubekalele la usenje.
Senzo was lying there.
Sorry, my lord, what is there for the record?
Yes, I'll pin the point on it. It's a space, little space between the TV stand as well as the couch.
Can you once again show the sketch plan that appears on page 10? Are you able to also show the sketch plan?
Bekula.
It was there. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Jonas, can you just put that on record?
It was on the couch that was either on the fair to be on the right hand side, just on the right hand side of the couch. There's a space there, and then that's a TV stand.
Yes. And in what position was he lying, or in which position was he lying then?
Eleli ngayiphi position noma eleli kanjani?
Indlela bekalele ngakhona ngazi ubekalele ezini beyokucasha or something because ubekalele. Ubekalele angathulele kanje angathi ungene ayangano mvekacasha or something.
I don't know whether he was hiding because of the manner in which he was lying, my lord. Witness referring to the one side, the left-hand side, like this, facing down.
Yes?
Well, I wonder if maybe it's not the appropriate time to take the adjournment, it's to allow the witness to compose himself. We proceed tomorrow.
May the accused rise. This case is postponed overnight to the 14th of September 2022 for purposes of further hearing.
Sizoqhubeka-ke kusasa, i-14th of September.
The accused shall be in custody.
Ngizogcinwa-ke ngaphakathi esitokisini.